Good evening, everyone. So today I did something that was a first for me in that I did a presentation on Zoom for a company in Shannon. And what I want to talk to you about and follow on from that tonight is really to address those of you who are working from home. And working from home brings a lot of challenges. It's new for most of us to have to really work in a different way now. For those with children, it's particularly challenging to try to figure out how the logistics will work. Maybe you have a partner working from home as well. So there's a lot of figuring out of who's on call when and, who can mind or make lunch or, do whatever needs to be done with children at different times. And really there's often strains on relationships around how to manage that. So we need to try to figure out ways to work from home with as little distress, I suppose, as possible. And it is quite challenging. So if you think about, first of all, how you set up your work, and I'm sure you've all set up where you're working from, but maybe you might look at changing that. So where the desk is, are you overlooking a sink full of dirty dishes? Or is there a place that's quiet in the house where in your work environment where you need to be focused, is there somewhere that'll bring you a bit of ease that you can just pause every so often and have a look out the window or have a bunch of flowers somewhere or a few props that are just going to bring you down to grounding again, back to your seat, back to feeling that you're here and you're present and you're able to continue on in your daily work. For me, I like to always have props. So I have a basil plant here beside me on my work desk. I have various bits and pieces from nature and shells and stones and hand creams and so on. And I invite you to be creative around that. Think what will help to just bring you a little bit of ease while you're trying to work and a little bit of pause. Okay? We're also, a lot of us using video a lot more. So for example, I'm seeing my clients online this way. And a lot of you are doing more video calls at work. And for some people that can be a bit daunting. It's nice to see people, but people are saying that it's quite intense to be looking at each other, eyeballing each other all day through the screen. So remember, if we were together in a room, we wouldn't necessarily have to be staring at each other. We will glance around out a window or whatever, and that's more natural in terms of our contact with people. So remember that is also fine through the video version of working. Also, connect on a social level. So if you were at work, you may have a coffee break with colleagues. So I'd really encourage you to try to organise Zoom coffee breaks, that you just have your chit chat and you don't talk about work, and you try, if at all possible, not to talk about what's happening completely in terms of COVID-19 and crisis, if at all possible, so that you're trying to just take a few steps, any few steps that are going to help and make working remotely a little bit more successful, a little bit more, that you're a little bit more resourced in it, and that you can manage it in a way that feels a little bit easier and less stressful to yourself. Okay, best of luck with everything, and I'll talk to you again soon.